Every year, the Miss World South Africa pageant sets out to find a lady that epitomizes the values of beauty with purpose to ultimately represent our country on the world stage.
Well, the search is over as we are joined by our reigning Miss World South Africa, Zoalize Jansen van Rensburg. Zoalize, welcome and goeiemôre, good morning.
Good morning, Goeiemôre. Thank you guys so much for having me. I'm thrilled to be here and speak with you guys today. I look forward to share more about my journey.
What made you decide to enter this pageant?
Well, to be frank, when I decided to enter, I didn't really know what to expect, and I never really saw myself ever contesting for something like Miss World. I've been involved in community work for the past 5 years, and as long as I can remember. So when I found out about Miss World and I found out what they stood for and what they advocated for, I immediately knew it was an organization I wanted to be a part of and I wanted to stand with and advocate for together. So, you know, that moment when I actually realized that this is my time, this is the time I wanted to enter, I knew my journey had begun because I never really knew what I wanted to do with my life. So I went out into the world wanting to look for a purpose, but instead purpose found me, and I would have never turned back the clock. I would have never changed my decision because standing here right now, I feel so fulfilled and affirmed within my purpose.
Wow. So for many of us, our only kind of perception of pageants is from the movies. Like if you think about Miss Congeniality with Sandra Bullock, right?
Yes.
Is it really like that?
Well, definitely not. In many aspects, I think, you know, sisterhood is a big thing I take pride in and love, but Miss World, I wouldn't even consider a beauty pageant. And I say that this is the 72nd Miss World Festival. And I say that it's a festival because it's a celebration of sisterhood, it's a celebration of strength, intelligence and purpose. And I think above and beyond everything, that is what the core of this celebration should be. It's really not about a competition. It's not about being better than the other. It's really about standing together, drawing strength and unity, and advocating for causes that are really close to our heart. Because that is my ultimate goal as a humanitarian, is to strive for the betterment of this world and our country. And I'm grateful that I'm able to do that alongside an organization like Miss World.
Wow.
Now, of course, the pageant is about beauty with purpose. Your project is called Never Too Young to Advocate. Just tell us a bit more about the project, please.
Yes. So every time someone introduces it, it just brings a smile to my face just because of how far we've actually come. But the origin story of it is that 5 years ago, I stepped foot into an orphanage. And, you know, being so young, going into those environments, I left feeling such a sense of sadness and loneliness and neglect. Because one thing I saw was that these children have to share everything that they own. They have nothing to call their own. And that was a very tragic feeling for me to not only feel, but see with my own eyes. I was raised by a single mom. And I know what it feels like to have only one parent. So I could never even imagine, you know, how it might feel like to have none. So that was the birth of the organization, because I wanted to instill a sense of safety and security in the lives of these children. I want to give them something we all have been longing for, and that is a loving family. Like I said, I come from a small family of 3, and to know that I've become a friend to them, a sister to them, has brought such a smile to my face. And we are able to do this through hosting, you know, mental health workshops. I actually go into the orphanages physically, do restorations, and ensure we get donors and sponsors to help us build classrooms, because we firmly believe in the power of education. So if we can instill those values in these children from a young age, they really have a chance to go out into the world and really make a success of themselves. Because irrespective of where you come from, what you do, your background, it is so important to draw strength within your individuality. And when you embrace your authenticity, purpose is inevitable. So that's our ultimate goal, to draw people back onto the path to purpose and to have them celebrate the beauty within their hearts.
Wow. Listen, if you've got any questions that you'd like to ask Zoalize, you can use the QR code and ask her something or congratulate her or anything. Just let us know and you can chat with us using that QR code on WhatsApp. I wanted to ask you, how does it feel to be crowned? Like, can you describe that moment for us?
Oh, wow. This is going to take a lot of description, but it's a feeling you can't really describe. But like I mentioned to you, I didn't really know what to expect. I knew it was going to be a journey of transformation and a journey of growth. But in that final moment, there's such a rush of emotions because your life changes in a matter of seconds. So it was a moment of silence, it was cheers, and it was a nervousness because I knew that if I were privileged enough to walk away successful, it's not only myself that I represent every single South African person. And at the core of it all, I'm still the same person. I'm still the same girl that lives next door to you. I'm still the girl you can turn to, and nothing is ever too much to ask for. So that's what I really thought and imagined in that moment. I never want to be placed on a pedestal. I always want to remain, steadfast in my core values, remain, close to my principles, because that's the person I am, and I don't want to change because of a crown and a sash, because I believe that I've been called to live a life of service, and I'm grateful that I'm able to amplify that work through this organization.
Wow, so humble.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, the Miss World International pageant is taking place in India this year, which is very exciting.
Very.
So I want to ask you, what do your preparations entail? And cultural heritage plays an important role in the Miss World pageant. So what will you be taking as a South African to that international stage?
Yes, well, we're very excited to be hosted in Telangana in India. So I cannot wait to experience the rich culture and heritage that they have to offer. But first and foremost, the preparations entail quite a bit of things. Miss World will really test all corners of your talents. They have a series of fast-track challenges such as the head-to-head challenge, the sports challenge, and the top model challenge, just to name a few. And that entails catwalk training, Q&A training. So I really do pay gratitude to all my mentors who have helped me throughout this journey. Truly, they have transformed me in ways that I can't even describe. But one thing that I'm taking with me to India is gratitude for this journey. And the reason I use that word is because no South African has, gone without supporting me. Every single like, every single comment is something I hold so close to my heart, and I'm grateful to have the nation's support. That's one thing that, I really can't say thank you enough for, is to have my nation believe in me, they support me, and ultimately I'm grateful that I'm able to represent our brightest colors. So I can't wait to go and represent our beautiful nation. And yeah, I look forward to India.
Wow, it's been so great having you. What a poised, elegant 19-year-old.
Oh.
Up next, we have our reigning sport aficionado, Arnold Geertz, with your sports update. Stay tuned.